What's going on, you guys, and welcome back to a Anabolic Reviews. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a different video. Today the brands are not at all related, and they're honestly just more hand-picked. There's nothing crazy around them. I went to the vitamin shop. It was a buy one get one 50% off everything, and I honestly didn't really want to get a shit ton of stuff. I got mainly bars so I could do reviews, and some of them caught my eye. One, literally the brand One, came out with a Hershey's bar. I'm a big fan of One. I like their bars, I like their consistency, I like what they have to offer. Price, it's okay. The second one I saw really marketing you the grass-fed, guys. It's grass-fed, and especially with this big trend going around, you know, with the shit on the cutting board, like, you know, if it's grass-fed, it's good for you, blah, 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 blah. I'm a sheep, then great, you know, cool. That's a big trend, so I'm like, why not? Let's give it a try. I'll definitely be a little more harsh with this one because it's already sounding like it's not gonna be good. But again, that's not all I rate it on. So we'll start off with this guy and save the best for last. So I think I've done a One video before, or not specifically one, but maybe in an earlier video where I do like an assortment of bars. But this one caught my eye because it's gonna be Oreo Hershey's. Oreo Hershey's is a big candy. Not sure if the Oreo one is new, but specifically this has Hershey's on it. So cookies and cream, it's Hershey's, it's fucking Hershey's. Let's just get into it. The macros: 230 calories, 9 grams of fat, 25 grams of carbs, and 18 grams of protein. So mostly, yeah, it's a carb and fat bar. We know it. Most of these protein bars are not good for you. They're not supposed to be good for you, and they're not going to be higher. They're not going to be lean bars. And if they are lean bars, it's probably going to taste even worse than what you think it would be. But again, I don't eat these regularly. I don't put these in my diet. I never really finish it, especially when I do reviews. And if you're someone who supplements this for real food, then you should look up other alternatives, like maybe some protein powders. But regardless, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to judge the bar. So macros, okay. Price, One, again, I got it at vitamin shop for a buy one get one 50% off. So most of the stuff I got was already kind of 50% off. One bar is $2.92. So $2.92, not bad. I don't really think when it comes to pricing, the more expensive the better. So with this one, it's okay. You know, $2.90 is almost $3. So $3 for this with the macros. It's already kind of fallen off. But again, One, I really like One. And I just like the way they feel. The second I opened it, blew me away with cookies and cream. If you're a fan of cookies and cream protein powder, you'll probably like this one. Very vanilla-y. It smells like a vanilla candle, honestly, but yeah, I mean, let's just get into it. It's got covered in vanilla, little cookie bits in it. Not bad at all. Again, I love One with the consistency, the crunchiness. It's melting in my mouth. Price, a little expensive. I do like the vanilla coating. In my opinion, if you're not a fan of white chocolate or milk chocolate, you may be on the fritz with this one. But if you're wanting to get the protein in and you like the Hershey's, go for it, because it gives you that same sensation, that same smell of the Hershey's bar, and the taste is not bad. I do like how they added a little bits of Oreo in it. Pretty good, like chocolate chunks. Now, One's got a big reputation with, like, it's a little thinner, melts in your mouth. I do like the coating. I'll give it a 7.8 out of 10. 7.8 out of 10. I wouldn't pay the price for them all the time. I wouldn't want to buy them in bulk. If I'm just, you know, randomly wanting to eat a protein bar, I would probably choose One over many other brands. But 7.8 out of 10. Definitely get it if you're a fan of chocolate. Definitely get it if you're a fan of cookies and cream. And definitely get it if you're a fan of One. So if you're a fan of all three, it's probably going to be a 10 out of 10 for you. But let's move on to the next one. Now the next one, you guys, this one is a very typical brand. This is Transparent Labs, TL, Transparent Labs. They came out with a protein bar. I'm not very familiar with this brand at all. Transparent Labs, maybe they make the protein, maybe they make other snacks. I just see this one at Vitamin Shop all the time, and the main thing it says is, not only does it say protein on it, like protein, it has a protein, guys, it says grass-fed. So if you don't know what grass-fed means, well, the animal that it came from means it was fed grass and nothing more. It wasn't fed all these random ass like artificial foods, pellets, and just sludge and its own shit maybe, but that would be probably more natural if it was eating grass. However, it's marketing as grass-fed. Most foods that you see that say grass-fed, the odds are there's no way it's 100% grass-fed, even if it says 100% grass-fed, especially when it's not coming from one animal. It's probably coming from an assortment of animals that were all grass-fed. Who knows what one animal could have gotten to another? There's nobody sitting on a farm whipping them into shape, and if one of them eats his own shit or eats a Snickers bar without anybody looking, they're not going to go into the back and shoot them and not include them in the meat grinding process. Regardless, this guy is $3.33, and the big marketing is grass-fed. So again, a $3 bar, hard as a rock. It feels like a Cliff Bar. It's got that square texture. I don't know what it looks like, and it doesn't seem pleasant to eat. However, the ingredients in it are pretty clean. It uses peanut butter and almond butter, uses some dates, grass-fed whey protein isolate, gluten-free rolled oats, honey, dairy-free chocolate chips, coconut oil, sea salt, natural cocoa extract, egg whites, protein. So the protein coming from the egg whites, coming from the nuts, coming from the whey isolate that was somehow grass-fed, and a lot of nuts in here, a lot of nuts. They also use natural sources of sugar, such as honey. There is no cane sugar, there is no regular sugar. The sugar source with 11 grams of sugar in here with added sugar, I'm assuming it's probably coming from the honey and the chocolate chips for whatever reason. I'm sure, but regardless, a lot of nuts in here. So if you're allergic to nuts, probably don't eat it. There's a lot of nuts already on the picture, but it's a pretty clean bar. Very clean, natural flavors, no artificial flavors. A lot of fucking bars love to put artificial on there. I can tell this brand is not trying to fall into the Quest era or the Gorilla era where they're just like, this is a bar that tastes like Hershey's Kisses wrapped in Oreos and it's protein, therefore it's good for you. So you don't have to go and get the actual Snickers wrapped in fruit roll-ups. You can eat the one that tastes like it, but it has protein. A little bit of a mindfuck for you, but as far as this one goes, I mean, it's grass-fed. If you're a fan of keeping it natural and staying close to natural whole foods like me, I really try and stay close to that. I don't really like the artificial stuff. Then maybe go for this one. But the macros, again, price, $3.33. This, 270 calories. Kind of close to some of the other ones I've had before. 17 grams of fat. And it's not surprising because the sources are from nuts. There's a lot of nuts in here, which means nuts are a fat source. And if there's a lot of nuts in this shit, there's probably going to be a lot of fat in it. 20 grams of carbs. Not a crazy amount of carbs. Not at all. And it's coming from the oats, most likely. And then the protein. Coming from the whey protein and the egg whites, 16 grams. So already it's pretty goddamn balanced. You got balanced of almost pretty close of fats and protein, but then carbs is a little bit higher. So I would call this one almost a complete energy bar. Basically meaning it's got a lot of carbs in it, but it's also kind of balanced out with all the other macronutrients, especially when it's coming from a whole food source. I don't know what this, I think it's called like, it's not Bullet Train, but it's like this show with Chris Evans on it, Snowpiercer or something, where they're basically on a train, like the whole world is on a train because it's too cold out, and so like civilization can't like live out. I've never actually seen the show, but there's like this big viral clip of like, you know, they get fed protein bars every day and it's made out of like bugs or something. This is kind of what I feel like when I think of this. Like this is like a whole food, like bugs are pretty whole food, if you ask me. I mean, this is essentially just grinded up whole foods. So it's not gonna probably look pretty. It's not gonna be the most appealing, and it's not trying to market towards like, hey, this is gonna be the equivalent of eating a Hershey's bar, but it has protein, therefore we're gonna get you with that one. So it literally looks like the shit from the Chris Evans show where they eat bugs. Not that it's unappealing, it just looks like a fudge bar. And I can kind of see some of the ingredients peeking out. But let's get into the taste test. I'm actually kind of excited. Okay. I am gonna eat the whole thing this time. I do like where it comes from. I do like the source. I'm a fan. Taste. It's covered in that chocolate. It's not terrible. It's honestly hard as a rock. Actually, it's not that hard as a rock. It's pretty thin. It's kind of hard. I like the chocolate covering on it. It tastes like peanut butter. It tastes like it's an actual food. I taste like I'm eating real foods. And I love the sources. Protein's pretty good. Carbs, fats, also pretty good. Price, $3, almost $3.50. Kind of pushing it, but again, you're paying for quality. And especially nuts are very expensive. Eggs, especially. Based off the price, it's going to be higher. However, based off the ingredients, fucking awesome. Macros, pretty goddamn decent. I'm gonna give this guy a fucking 9.3 out of 10. And that is a monster score because I'm gonna start being a little bit more strict with these when I get into the other shit like Quest bars and fucking 1 bars or whatever. Like, yeah, that shit's probably not gonna get anywhere close to 10. Like when I say like 7 and 8 out of 10, I mean that's almost novice, but like 9 to 10 out of 10s, like that's crazy. Like that's something I probably wouldn't say because it just tasted good, because it actually has good shit and it was probably well priced. This shit though, this Transparent Labs, if you are someone who wants to stay healthy with whole foods, go for it. If you are someone who doesn't care about taste that much and more just wants like a natural food bar, but also good sources of protein, then go for this bar. If you have the money to, whenever you want, spend almost $4 on a healthier Cliff Bar per se, go ahead. And if that's all three of you, then this bar is for you. You'll probably also give it a 10 out of 10. This is my favorite bar. Definitely gonna look more into this brand in the future. I'm a big fan of Transparent Labs. If anyone from Transparent Labs ever sees this, awesome job, you guys. Hopefully you don't fall downhill. But that was honestly the best way to end a video for a review, especially for me. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you have any recommendations like Transparent Lab, or you want to see more in-depth videos or any other type of reviews or anything at all, comment down below what you want to see. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!